It is time for our weekly sit-down, our weekly chat that he didn't ask for with the Bear, Chris Fallica. He joins us every week. Where are you today? Where are you?
I am in Iowa City. Iowa, Oregon, one of the ranked matchups this week, courtesy of the playoff committee. Yeah, got in late last night, and sitting here waiting for some inclement weather tomorrow for the game.
Really?
Yeah.
How many hotels do you imagine you've stayed in your life?
Oh, Christ. Well,
it's the question of the day. We just had Jay Billis on. I asked him the same question.
Yeah. Well, let's see. We'll just roundabout number. We have, 30 years on the road, 15 weeks a year. That's 450 right there. Mm-hmm. Vacations, easily 500. Easily 500 different hotels.
500 hotels.
Does one stand out as the worst?
The Days Inn, Christiansburg, Virginia.
What an answer! Holy shit! Who knew?
That is, and you can ask our guy Lee Fitting about that. This was like early 2000s, I think, of the college game day era.
Yes.
Right when Virginia Tech was still coming up, and they didn't fully have like the newer hotels that they had now. We got booked at the Days Inn, Christiansburg.
Yep.
And it was literally one of those like outdoor entry rooms where you could see the light under the door from the room, walked in the room, and it's like the Bart Simpson meme, the Homer Simpson meme, where guy walks in, walks right out, like when you take a look and you're gone.
Right.
It wasn't happening. And I actually went to Kirk and I'm like, I'm sleeping on your floor or on your couch. I'm not staying here. So
where was Kirk staying?
I think he might have been at like the Hilton Garden Inn or something like that, which may have been new at that point. But whatever it was an upgrade. Yes. It was it would have been. And like the people who did wind up staying there and didn't have the chance to leave, like they said, they did not want to take a shower in the morning. They didn't want to like put their foot in the tub or in the shower, and they slept on top of the blankets in
the rare shower that makes you dirtier. Yes.
In their clothes. So
right.
It was the right move. And I was told that the Days Inn Christiansburg no longer exists because someone asked me this on Twitter once, and like I responded, and someone literally was like, "Oh my God, that place was horrible. It doesn't even exist anymore."
So you're telling me if I text Lee Fitting, whom I haven't texted in many, many years, and just said Days Inn Christiansburg, he'll know exactly what I'm talking about?
You will get a response in seconds. And he'll just be like, ha. His response will be ha! Exclamation point.
It does not exist anymore. It is permanently closed. It was bought by Wyndham and refurbished.
Wow, research. Jesus. I mean,
you ask a question like that to the Bear and he gives you an answer that way, you got to give him something afterwards.
Okay, go ahead, Taylor.
Stu, I have Reese Davis always staying at the nearest Four Seasons.
No doubt. Yep.
No way. Reese is not hoity-toity like that.
Really?
No.
Who is the most hoity-toity?
Fowler's a different story.
Fowler, huh?
Yeah. Fowler. The smaller the room, the more chic the room. But you can put. Like I remember once we were, and Chris is. I was at his wedding. He came to my wedding.
Let me say it on the front end. Bear you love Chris Fowler, and Chris Fowler loves you, and Chris
Correct.
Fowler will not be upset that you're saying this. Go ahead.
I remember there was one year where we covered the Orange Bowl, and like the crew, the hotel for the crew. And we were like, most people were staying at like it might have been the Biscayne Bay Marriott. It might have been that. Fine. And like somewhere else on the beach. I couldn't remember where, but it was a bigger type hotel. He insisted on staying, and I can't even remember what the hotel was. Some little like chic hotel that had like 6 rooms. It wasn't the Clayton there. It was like even like smaller than that.
Right.
And he's like, the room is small, but it's beautiful. Like, and it used to be like a running joke between like myself and Fitting and Herb Street and other guys like Fowler and the hotel size.
Bear, you know what the F in Fowler stands for, right?
Foofy?
Four Seasons. I mean.
Four Seasons. Four Seasons Coral Gables, right? Or is it Coral Gables or Brickell?
Brickell. Four Seasons Brickell, I believe. Yeah.
That's a lovely establishment. Right?
Yes. I could talk hotels all day with you.
Oh, you want to? Let's do it.
Well, no, I mean, I do, but we have to ask you about the college football playoff release.
Separate podcast.
Different podcast, Bear. We'll rank hotels, okay?
Please. It's an idea.
It's a good idea. I know it is. What'd you make of the first release there?
I didn't go crazy over it because we're gonna see this thing change 5 more times. I know Miami fans are upset at where they are, being ranked 18th right now. But if Miami wins out and they go 10-2, you're gonna see that gap where Notre Dame is and Miami is shrink, because the head-to-head will come more into play. The issue for Miami is Louisville. The fact that Louisville's sitting there with 1 loss and Louisville went to Miami and won. Yes. It's great to be outraged that you're 8 spots below Notre Dame, but you got a Louisville problem here. So Miami fans need either one of 2 things to happen regarding Louisville. Is that they need Louisville either win out, win the ACC, or lose a couple games and not even make the ACC title game. So Miami not in a great position. You were in a great position. You controlled your destiny and you lost a couple games. But the biggest thing that I took from the playoff standings was that a 9-3 Texas is going to be in the playoff. You look right now where they are at 11. You've already got a win over Oklahoma. You've already got a win over Vandy, two top 15 wins. You scheduled number 1 Ohio State, or defending national champion Ohio State, on the road to open the season. You're going to get a feather in your cap for that. If you either A, win in Athens next week, or finish the regular season with a win over potential undefeated Texas A&M, those are 3 top 15 wins that really probably the only team in the country that can match that is Alabama. So I think a 9-3 Texas is going to get in.
Do you laugh at how upset or how people overreact to the first release of the playoff? There's so much more of the season to play. All these teams are going to lose. I mean,
we had a third of the season left to go. And that's what people don't. And that's why I try and I used to be like that. I used to get all wound up and be like, what are they doing? What are they? But now teams are going to. You got BYU and Texas Tech playing this week. Like I said, you got Georgia and Texas playing. You're going to have all these teams lose in front of you. Losses are going to happen. So I don't. But it's great. It's a TV show. It's a PR campaign. It's people talking about the sport and talking about the show and talking about the rankings and controversy. It's a perfect setup.
Bear, a team that I'm curious about your opinions that I took notice in the ranking, number 8, Texas Tech. They have a home game this week. They're 11.5 point favorite against BYU. You've seen them a good amount with Big Noon Kickoff. How good is Texas Tech?
Texas Tech is really good. And I think that if you look at the whole portal, NIL, and they went all in the beginning of the season, the fact that they did is clearly the reason why. And I know that sounds like an asinine thing to say, but the fact that they've been able to overcome injuries. Before the year, they lost their starting running back, who was their best running back. Then they lost Baron Morton, and then they had Will Hammond, and Will Hammond got hurt, and now he's out, but Baron Morton's back. They've had injuries on the defensive line, but it hasn't really affected them yet. Jacob Rodriguez, the linebacker, is a guy who I don't know what defensive awards he is up for, hopefully all of them. But if he is not a finalist or winning a good number of these, what the hell are we doing? That kid is a player. We were talking beforehand about this game. Excuse me. And
okay, you're getting choked up about it.
I'm getting so emotional and choked up about Texas Tech.
The Red Raiders are back.
Thinking of my man Stanford Steve in Lubbock this week, down in a 26-ounce porterhouse and tortillas flying all over the field. But no, we talked about last week, remember, Cincinnati was this double-digit underdog in Utah. Wow, why are they that big of an underdog? And I think the final was 42-10 or something like that. Could be a similar type thing here. People are talking about BYU. BYU is undefeated and they're a 10-point dog and Texas Tech has a loss. How is that possible? BYU's been flirting with the loss a lot this year.
Right.
Fourth comeback at Colorado, miracle comeback against Arizona, comeback against Utah. They can't if they get behind here, I don't think they have the ability to to throw and win and come back. I'd be laying the points here.
I was going to say, I'm trying to read between the lines here. It seems like you love Texas Tech here. I mean, because all this feels disrespectful to BYU. They haven't lost yet. I mean,
no, and it's funny because it's like they've been in this situation. Like I remember a couple of weeks back, we were talking about how last year they were 7-0, I think it was, or 6-0, and they were an underdog at UCF, who had a losing record. And the same situation this year. They were 6-0, 7-0, whatever it was, were an underdog at Iowa State, and they wound up blowing out Iowa State or got snowballed down. So like the odds makers and the power ratings, like if you look at like the Sagarin ratings have like BYU down to like 23. So it's like they're the team that the record and the strength of the team really don't line up.
There, your boy Kirk Herbstreit made some noise saying Oregon is going to lose on Saturday. This is the game they are going to lose. Iowa wins this game. Currently, Iowa's 6.5-point underdogs plus 190 on the FanDuel money line. You got them on upset alert, or?
I got them on upset alert. I don't think Iowa can score enough to win. Like it was funny. We had just finished up our Bear Bets podcast on Thursday when Kirk had that video, and Jeff Schwartz, of course, loved it right away because this is the types of things like that make the upset less and less possible, because it's not like Oregon's going to be sneaking in here and not really expecting a difficult game from Iowa. The Iowa defense is great, but I just don't know how many points they can score. If you look at the last 6 games against top 10 opponents, Iowa's been outscored 215-34, has not scored more than 14 points in any of those games. Like they had that run in like 15, 16, 17 where they pulled some big upsets at home. They haven't done that in a while. And if you look at like the common denominator in games that Oregon has lost, it's been to a team that can throw the ball. 5 of the 7 losses had a team throw for at least 315 yards. Iowa hasn't thrown for 300 yards in a game since like 2019. The way the weather's going to be tomorrow, it's going to, I think, restrict the passing game. This is going to be it'll be a lower scoring game. It'll be kind of like the Indiana-Iowa game was a couple of weeks back. But Oregon's defense is good. I don't think people realize how good they are. Only once in regulation have they allowed more than 2 touchdowns this year, and that was the Indiana game, which had some short field. So I don't know. There are 4 underdogs this week that a lot of people seem to be gravitating to. BYU, we mentioned, was one. Iowa, we mentioned, is one. UConn, and I could look ahead spot for Duke potentially, is one. And Mississippi State is one. Those are 4 very popular underdogs on the card. So file that away and do with that information as I have. I would be steering clear of all of those.
Okay, consider that filed away, okay? Go ahead, Taylor.
Bear, when you said Iowa hasn't thrown for 300 yards since, when you said 2019, I was kind of shocked. I thought you were going to drop since like 2002, maybe.
Yes.
It could, yeah, the Drew Tate era.
Right. 2002
would have been Brad Banks.
I was thinking Chuck Long. I mean,
86.
Yeah.
Close Heisman. Imagine a guy like Bo Jackson was a close Heisman winner over Chuck Long.
Yes. Hayden Fry was the most intimidating coach in college football history, correct?
Hayden Fry?
Yes.
Yeah, he had that
one of them. Yeah.
With the stash, he
was great.
Shady sunglasses.
Yeah.
Chomping on. Yeah, he had that look going. Yes. They were good. 12-10 Michigan game at 8-1 versus 2.
Oh, God, he remembers all of this. We'll get to the Jets here in just a second. I love the who does Missouri have? Who's Missouri?
Missouri has A&M.
So, yes, thank you. I love this game. I love the game. I do, but I love it from this standpoint, the psychological element of this game.
Who does Missouri have? Oh, yeah, I love the game, but I don't know who they're playing.
Listen, I asked Mikey will research a fucking hotel quicker than he'll research who Missouri is playing for me. It's unbelievable.
I didn't need to research it.
I should have known. I'm sorry. I don't have any paper or pen. I couldn't write it down. Anyway, Missouri has 2 losses. They can't lose again. Texas A&M can afford at least 1 loss here. And so I find that aspect of this game to be fascinating. I think Texas A&M is the better team, but Missouri is more motivated. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. I don't know if I agree with the fact they're more motivated, because you've got one of the things that the college football playoff rankings do That's great English right there.
Yep.
Great sentence structure. But, like when you come out, you finally see like where you're ranked and where you fall in like the strata. Like I remember when it was 4, it really mattered because people were like, oh my God, we're in the playoff or we're just outside. And a lot of times the reality of the pressure caused these teams to get picked off. I remember an instance where A&M was like a 2-touchdown favorite and they went to Mississippi State after the first playoff rankings. They got knocked off. They lost by like 2 touchdowns. So like pressure is real, especially for a team like A&M, which hasn't dealt with it very often. At least this group of players really hasn't. A&M is better, and I think offensively they've got a bunch of still guys. This is going to be a tricky game, though, and I can understand why you really like this game. One thing that A&M does kind of struggle in is stopping the run, and Hardy is a hell of a back. Now, the question is going to be the fact that Bo Prabula is out and you're playing a young, inexperienced quarterback who really isn't the thrower that you would like. Are they able to just stack the box and really focus on Hardy and limit him? 7 points seems a little bit steep here. I'm with you, Stu.
What'd you make of the Jets? I thought it was one of the great days in Jets history. I mean, they got 5 first-round picks for 2 guys off of defense. That's 1-7.
It was great. It was funny. I was on with Jason McIntyre in the herd early, Jets fan Jason McIntyre, and he said the same thing. He's like, this is the greatest day in Jets history in the last 50 years. And I said, yeah, I can see it, but the one thing is didn't they do this a couple of years back?
They do it every 2 years. Yeah.
And they hit on all the picks. Right. You hit on Sauce, you hit on Garrett Wilson, you hit on Jermaine Johnson. And now here you are and you still suck. But the issue, the biggest, look, I don't want to kill them too much because you hit on all of them and you went all in on Aaron Rodgers. You had your quarterback. You thought you were set up to make a run that year. And of course, in Jets fashion, it lasted 3 plays. So, but I think acquiring assets, what it does now is it allows the Jets to not focus on taking one of those quarterbacks atop the draft this year or in the back end. You've got, 7 picks now, I think, in the first 2 rounds the next 2 years. Mm-hmm. You are acquiring offensive linemen, defensive linemen, defensive backs, players like that, and not worrying about reaching on Drew Aller in the back end of the first round.
Right.
Worry about that 2027, which, again, we say this to every year, like, oh, this is going to be the greatest. This was going to be the greatest quarterback draft ever with Aller and Beck and Lenoris Sellers.
It still might be. We have no fucking clue.
Arch Manning.
And to quote SVP, it's poop town. Like none of these guys are worth taking at the top of the draft. So it's good that you can focus on other things, and either A, you're gonna just give Fields another 1-year deal, or you're gonna stopgap with a Mac Jones or whatever for another year. But I think if you can tear it down like they're doing now, 2027, maybe a guy like Dante Moore or there's someone else I forgot, Julian Sayin, maybe one of those guys is the guy, and you can worry about kick the quarterback down the road another year, because the one thing that this does indicate is that they are in on Aaron Glenn, which is totally fine. It's good. You can have whatever opinion you have of Aaron Glenn in his first 10 games as a head coach in the NFL, but they're in on him. They're all behind him. He was there in Detroit when the Lions did the same exact thing, burned it to the ground, and built it back up, and had been one of the best teams in the NFL the last couple of years. So he's been there, and hopefully he can do that here. I'm rooting for him. I'm willing to take another year of short-term pain to really have a chance to contend in 27.
All right, Bear. Mikey A is so upset. He's distraught. Everyone has the same take. I've never seen Mikey A so outraged. And when the Jets traded away everyone, I mean,
you know what the problem is?
Enough. Bear,
you're talking about them like they're competent. You're talking about like they're not going to reach for one of the quarterbacks.
No, he's thinking what I'm thinking. Eventually, they'll stumble into competence, Mike. I mean, eventually, you have to stumble into it.
They're trading for Kyler Murray. Mark it down. It's going to happen.
No, they're not.
Mark it down.
No, they're not.
I can't. Oh, well,
yes, that's my reaction too, Bear.
No,
Bear, I said they should use all 5 of the first round picks, take 5 different quarterbacks, because not even they can fuck that up. Okay.
That's something they would do. They would go Redskins RG3 Kirk Cousins style. Take them both. Well, that's the thing. There's zero confidence that the Jets are actually going to do the right thing, but they did. They started to do they did the right thing here. So we'll see.
Yes, they took the first step right
down that path. But someone told I'm not a gamer by any means, but someone told me that the new Call of Duty is coming out soon. So I guess Kyler Murray's going to have a lot of free time on his hands to play because he ain't seeing the field again.
You're going to be so upset if they trade for Kyler, aren't you? And I think Mikey might be right. They might do it because they're dumb. Anyway, man.
What's his contract status? Does he have like 1 year? Like you're not gonna give up any assets for him. Like
I wouldn't give it that. No, I'd make Arizona pay his contract. Get the fuck out of here. I don't.
Exactly. You get a 1 year deal or whatever, and
stop talking like a competent organization. They're not.
Flyer Murray. Get out of here, Bear.
Are we talking this out? We're like,
no, but would you like to join me and Mikey 1 week for talking it out? You want to do that 1 week?
Yes, you said it for the last 3 weeks that we're going to do it.
All right, next week we'll do. Listen, we'll bail on this for a week, and you'll talk it out with me and Mikey. Is that okay?
I want to do I'll do anything.
Okay, so we'll do both next week.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Why not?
Yes.
And what about the hotel podcast?
That's after the season. Right.
I'm going to be in Chicago next week, by the way.
Are you really?
Yeah, Wrigley, Northwestern Michigan.
Oh, wow.
Hibernations with the Bear.
I love
Done.
it.
There's your podcast.
Wait, so Bear and I might be in the same hotel in the same place next week because I'm thinking about now coming back for that game. I forgot about it. It's at Wrigley Field. You're right. Yes.
Well, yeah, let's find a shack up in the Chicago Hilton or something. And
yes. Well,
not shack up.
You know what the S in Stugotz stands for, right?
Do I want to know?
Seasons, 4.
4 of them.
Quattro season.
We love you, buddy. We'll talk to you next week. Enjoy Ames.
No, Iowa City.
Oh, Iowa City. Jesus, I'm so
come
bad.
On. But I was in Ames earlier this year.
You said it to me, right? I know. Listen, Bear, I'm fucking tired. I flew in on a bird last night.
So did I.
O'Hare is a fucking nightmare. When you land at O'Hare, you're halfway to the airport.
Correct. I remember when we went earlier to O'Hare, it took us, I think, like 30 minutes once we landed to get to the gate. But yeah, Thursday. And people misconstrue like travel issues right now, like you're complaining, and it's like, I was more like me. Like every week this year, I've had a travel issue, and I can like count on one hand the number of issues I had in the previous 2 years, and kind of like literally on the pod yesterday afternoon, I get my watch vibrates and I get the text from Delta saying your flight is delayed, which of course I'm like, oh, now I'm going to miss my connection. So I wound up being able to get on an earlier flight, which was also delayed, to be able to make my connection. Yeah, I got here to Iowa City like 11:45 local,
right.
I think. So
yep. Bear's texted me. He's like, hey, so I'm telling him I'm going to be on Midwest time as well. So I'm an hour back. He said, are you coming to Iowa City? And I said, no. Now you've gone too far, Bear. I'm not going to Iowa. What the fuck?
I've done that drive from Iowa City to O'Hare, though. I remember 2000.
Not bad.
3 maybe.
Yeah, 3 and change. Yeah.
Iowa City's got one of the got one of the better memories for me, though. I remember 1996. I was in Iowa City for an Ohio State-Iowa game. It was the day of Game 6 of the 1996 World Series, where the Yankees won their World Series, their first World Series in almost 30 years. It was great. I remember watching it on a little TV in our office area at Carver Hawkeye Arena, and then I got absolutely blasted at the Airliner Bar.
I love you.
Later that night.
I mean, your recall is amazing. I can't remember the thing you told me 3 minutes ago. You remember 96. It's amazing.
Oh, it was great. I remember because I watched Game 5, the great Andy Pettitte, John Smoltz duel was Thursday night.
That's right.
And then up for that, flew Friday morning to Iowa, day off game Saturday, Ohio State won by a couple. Tim Dwight was on that Iowa team.
What a great player.
And then, and then that night, I remember hunkering down and watching
That's when baseball was baseball.
Watch Girardi hit the triple over Marquise Grissom's head.
Oh, God. Yes. That was baseball, right? I mean, that's when baseball, that was a better time, right? Yeah.
Exactly right. Turn it over to Wetland and Rivera in the 7th, and it was ball game.
Right. 7. Wow, they pitched 7 back then. I mean, it's unbelievable. Yes. Bear, we love you, bud.
Okay. I rambled. I'm sorry.
No, it was great. What do you mean? You can ramble all you want. You want to do a 4th show just called You Ramble?
That might be outside my contract stipulations that you wrote on the Hyatt desk notepad right there. So we'll see.
Get out of here.
All right, brother. Have a great weekend, guys.
Stugotz here. It's NBA tip-off week, and FanDuel is your home for live betting. Listen, support the people that support this show, and no one has supported us more than our friends at FanDuel. So even if you missed the start of the game or want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you can even combine your live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. However you want to play, now is the perfect time to join because FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. That's $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So just visit FanDuel.com to sign up today. Play your game with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA.
Must be 21 and older and present in select states, or 18 and older and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut, or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.